Hello, and welcome to another video. As promised, on the first day of week 2 for Project Diablo 2 Season 11, we have decided to craft 500 brilliant axes, champion axes that is, which you can buy from Charcy for a very low price usually, unless they have really good affixes. And the goal was to create a weapon that would surpass our Messerschmitts, which is very doable. Something that is very cool about crafting is that while a lot of results are not very useful, and despite it being very costly sometimes to create, generally speaking, that is the only way to break the ceiling in terms of how much damage you deal. Now, while you can still kill all the tier 2 bosses, all the maps, and all the everything with unique items, if you really like min-maxing your damage and getting to that true ceiling, crafting is the way to go, and that is the real way to go. And that's what we did. So we crafted 500 brilliant axes. Brilliant axes use, or brilliant weapons in general, use diamonds, soul runes, and gems and jewels, of course. The reason we use brilliant crafting is because we would like to have the IAS, enhanced damage, and the attack rating. Attack rating is very nice. Flat attack rating is very nice for shapeshifters because we get a lot of percent enhancement on attack rating due to lycanthropy. Attack speed is incredibly important. Brilliant crafting is the only one that guarantees attack speed, and attack speed is very valuable for shapeshifters because they rely mostly on the weapon normally, or only on the weapon for their attack speed. So that is a very important reason why we use brilliant crafting, and it gives a little bit of enhanced damage, and you know we love that damage. So that's why we are doing what we're doing. Generally speaking, when crafting, people ask a lot about what should I be looking for, and the main two affixes we're focusing on when we're crafting are attack speed and enhanced damage as a shapeshifter. These are the main two important ones. For other classes, Deadly Strike could be more important. For other classes, maybe only enhanced damage is important. But for shapeshifters, these are the two most important ones, especially for the Maulbear and Fury when you're crafting. So definitely focus on these two. Now, generally speaking, you want as much attack speed as possible, and you'd like very high ED, of course. How much depends on the other mods, so I don't want to give you just general answers that are not really satisfying. You will have to kind of explore the world of crafting for yourself to understand whether something is valuable or not. Other useful affixes that you can have, though, in number one is the self-repair mod. Basically, self-repair is giving you a free socket to not put a Zod rune in. That is super valuable and can create situations where a weapon can surpass anything that you've seen because suddenly a new breakpoint is available in ethereal form for a weapon because it self-repairs as well. So really crazy stuff can happen with that kind of mod. Other really good mods are damage and attack rating based on character level. They're really great. Getting Deadly Strike, of course, Crushing Blow if you're running more maps than bosses is really nice to have. Flat damage is also great, and these are generally the ones that I'm looking for. Minus requirement can be a nice quality of life type of thing because these weapons actually require a lot of strength often, but that depends more on the type of base that you're crafting with. So with that said, that's what we're looking for, and as you can see, I'm shopping champion axes from Charcy. I do it in Act 1 of Hell. You can do it in, I think, Nightmare as well. I don't remember if she sells them in Normal. It doesn't cost a lot in terms of gold. It's pretty cheap. You can actually even make gold doing it if you have a good Geeds and Kadala's rings. You can pretty consistently make some gold that way. Yeah, we go about it pretty fast. We've done it like a lot. Like in the past, so you know we're kind of ready to go for it. And generally speaking, like, let me skip forward a little bit. Another thing you might want to remember when you're crafting, something that is like good to keep in mind. Am I actually skipping, or is it not working? Oh, it is working. Okay. So something you might want to keep in mind is that it's very good while you're mapping, while you're just going about your day, to keep all sorts of ethereal bases. Now, if you're not sure which ethereal bases, some loot filter help with which ones you should pick up. You can see here that I have like my page of ethereal bases that I craft with. And a good rule of thumb, if you are a shapeshifter, if you know which weapons, which unique weapons work for shifters, you'll see that I'm using basically the same bases of the unique weapons for shapeshifters in order to craft. I keep them and try to use the same, of course, brilliant craft on them. if you're too unsure, you can always look up like good bases, like ask on the Discord, ask in the comments. Like you can always ask for help from other people, but that's like a good rule of thumb to follow. The reason to craft with ethereal bases is of course because they come already ethereal, meaning you don't have to buy a vial of light song, which is extremely expensive in order to truly maximize your weapon. So that is kind of like the perk of having these ethereal bases. Of course, they only drop in maps, you can shop them, so that's why they're also very rare. But if you get a good craft on them, that feels really good, so that's why we do it. So as you can see, we kind of finishing up our crafting. I always save the ethereal bases for last. And we finally finished our crafting session. And now we need to slam some stuff. So as you can see, I save all of my good crafts. I at the end kind of see which ones are actually good. So I'll save stuff that I'm unsure about, and I'll just compare them to my other results. Generally speaking, we got a lot of hits. I felt pretty lucky. As you can see, we got like over like 20 hits here that I was like interested in slamming. For 500 crafts, that's actually pretty good. I'd say that getting like 2 or 3 hits per 100 crafts is like what I'm expecting when I go into a craft session. This may sound demoralizing to some people, but once you get used to crafting, once you kind of get into it, you'll get the appeal, I'm sure. Or maybe you won't, and you won't do it. So yeah, everybody has their own kicks in this game. Generally speaking, for champion axes, the Biz Slam normally is 6 sockets. Sometimes it is enhanced damage and attack speed. It really depends on the mods that you're getting, but for most weapons, 6 sockets is the best thing you could get. And something to be reminded of, with weapons like Thresher, for example, they can only roll up to 5 sockets. Getting a socket slam, and this is true to all weapons that have a 5 socket maximum, getting a 5 socket slam or a 4 socket slam on like a 4 max socket weapon generally is considered a bad slam, because you could get the same amount of sockets from a puzzle box or a puzzle piece. So generally when crafting with them, you might want to puzzle piece them before if they're really good. You might want to guarantee that they don't slam sockets. So that's something to keep in mind if you are crafting. I didn't do it here because I didn't have a lot, and the Thresher we crafted wasn't that good that it warranted using a puzzle piece. But that is something to keep in mind. As you can see, now when we narrow down to like 20 or so, maybe a little more. Yeah, I think we got like I think I saved about 20 axes. A lot less actually survive the slams, and from 20 we'll go down to like maybe 4 or 5 that actually slammed well, which is not bad stats when you think about it, because there's a lot of bad slams. And now we got to the final 3, and I had like 3 amazing crafts here, and let me slow down the video actually, just so people can kind of see. So we had this amazing axe with 60 IS, 335 ED. Absolutely insane. If this hit 6 sockets, it would have been just an incredible axe. It would have easily surpassed my Messerschmitts. It slammed 5 sockets, which is very sad. Despite that, it is still a GG weapon. I'm pretty sure that is extremely valuable. With 415 IAS and ED jewels, it will reach a total of 495 ED, and will also reach 120 IAS without using the gloves for extra IAS. So an incredible weapon, absolutely powerful, and super impressive overall. Only 5 sockets, sadly, but still has room for that like 4 FPA and a Zod rune and insane damage. Technically, it is better than my Messer, which was my goal. But I have like a thing where I don't really use non-perfect slams like these, just because visually it bugs me. So sadly, I will not be using it. I'll just be selling it. But yeah, truly a very nice weapon. Super impressed with that kind of roll. Yeah, I was very bummed about that one. And another amazing craft, and look at my face. I'm so broken from this one. So this one is very unique type of weapon. You'll see that the ED is significantly lower by almost 100 from the last one. But the reason I saved it for last is because this weapon actually had incredible potential. So look at the stats we rolled before the slam. 60 IAS, incredible, perfect, right? 249 ED, not quite impressive, but solid, right? Very solid. 48 max damage based on character level, attack rating from the craft, of course, attack rating based on character level. So again, no wasted stats at all, and it got self-repair. And the cool thing about this is that if we hit 6 sockets on this, we could have actually hit free FPA with an ethereal base, which would have been an insane weapon, absolutely insane and incredible. So this was the weapon I was most excited for. Sadly, the slam on it was making it effectively useless. I say effectively useless, it's not quite true. Like, it was fine. You could like theoretically vial it and use it, but it wouldn't be an insane weapon anymore. Which made me really sad. I could have probably sold it, but I just felt really bad about it, and I just sold it to Charcy because of the disappointment. I do that sometimes. I have some, you know, intrusive thoughts taking over me. So these were the sum of the weapons we crafted. Generally speaking, I collect all those successful slams, and then if I don't need them, I'll put them on the market. I already sold, I think, 2 or 3 of those by the time of making this video. I have like still the... This is like another base that sadly I should sell it. It's not good anymore. So yeah, I've sold like 2 or 3 of those, I think. We still have like a couple that slammed 6 sockets, but weren't as good at the start because their IS was a little low. So maybe better for like more beginner weapons. They're still strong, but they could be beaten by GG uniques. So I still kept them in case people want cheaper maul or shifter weapons. And we still have this amazing craft that sadly only slammed 5, but is still a great weapon. So overall, that's kind of like the results of our crafting. It was very fun. I love crafting and looking for these, like hunting for these weapons and amulets and all these things that we craft for. This was really fun. I hope I can do this again in the future whenever I can gather more soul runes, diamonds, and jewels. But who knows when that will be the case. You know, you never know when you can actually buy those. And since I'm not mapping, I don't really get to pick those up. So, you know, we'll craft when we craft. We'll get there when we get there. But this was very nice. I hope you enjoyed this this like little crafting session. I hope to catch you on our next video or next streaming all day for the entire season. The trade site is calling me, and I'll check you soon, trade site, because I am very much addicted to this sound that the trade site makes. And yeah, if you like this content, I'll see you around on the next video or the next stream, right? I hope you leave a like and subscribe to support the channel because it really does help. And yeah, have a good whatever you're having, right? I'm gonna go back to playing the game, okay? I'll see you around. Bye.